Whether stream is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So before going to start with that, so I'm going to revise something. So let's write down the revision. So tell me what happened when we have some u is a function of x and y, and xy is a function of some r and s. So how you find partial derivative of u with respect to r? What is the formula for that? Can someone tell me what is the formula for this? Partial derivative of u with respect to r. Whether am I audible clearly? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So can someone tell me what is the formula for partial derivative of u with respect to r? How one can find this? We wanted to go from u to r. So what we are going, first we do u to x and then x to r, and then that u to y and that y to r. Yes or no? That is what we have a diagram, chain rule for differentiation. So what is that formula? Partial derivative of u with respect to x into yes,
X with respect to R.
x with respect to r. Very good. That is what we have done for the x. Now we want it done for the y also. So partial derivative of u with respect to y, and again partial derivative of y with respect to y. That is what I am getting the formula. Why I am doing this? Because same the chain rule we are going to use in the Jacobian. So write down chain rule for Jacobian. Chain rule for Jacobian. So now everyone knows what is Jacobian. So I repeat one more time. Jacobian with respect to xy. Jacobian of xy with respect to u and v. It is nothing but the determinant, where the first term is nothing but the partial derivative of x with respect to u. Second term is nothing but partial derivative of x with respect to v. Can someone tell me what is third and fourth term? Partial derivative of x with respect to
Y.
u, then yes, y with respect to
U.
u. Very good. And here partial derivative of y with respect to v. That is nothing but what we have the definition of Jacobian. But here the most important term is what? Your x and y should be in terms of u and v. That is what we have main condition. If we have this, then and then only I can find out this. No? X, y in terms of u and v. But now what happened in the chain rule? Let's see. Write down. Let you have u and only u, not u1, u2. U and v are the functions of x and y, and again x and y are the functions of xy are the functions of again some another function r and t I can do. Then now see what happened? What happens? See, u and v are the functions of x and y. That is nothing but what? That is nothing but what? So we can write down. Okay, first we write down this also. Then I will explain that later on. Then the partial derivative of uv with respect to partial derivative of r and t is given by. How to find that one? That we will explain here. Very simple. I use the same chain rule. What they have given? U and v are the functions of x and y. That is you can define u in terms of some phi1 functions of x and y. Okay, so I write down here is equal to, because you can write down u is equal to some phi 1 x and y. Similarly, v is equal to some phi 2 x and y. That is what they have given. And also what they have given, again x and y are the functions of r and t. So x is nothing but some phi 3 of r and t function, and y is nothing but again some phi 4 another function of r and t. So here we need to find the Jacobian of UV with respect to RT. Now I make a diagram. So here U and V are the functions of x and y, and x and y are the functions of R and T. Yes or no? Now I wanted to find from this place, I wanted to go to this place, here to here. So what is way? First I find the Jacobian of UV with respect to xy, and then xy with respect to RT. So what happened? Tell me now. Now you will get some idea. What is the value of Jacobian of UV with respect to Jacobian of R and T? Can someone tell me what it will be? What it will be? See, UV to RT you wanted to go, but in middle you have x and y. So how one can do that? Yes. Yes, tell me. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please tell me why I'm not getting response. You are understanding what we are doing here. So tell me, UV to RT I wanted to go. So we need to first find Jacobian of U and V with respect to Jacobian of x and y.
X and y and Jacobian of x and y upon Jacobian of r and t.
RT. So that is what I will get my rule, and that is what we call as it is a chain rule for Jacobian. This is the chain rule for the Jacobian. So see, check it out here. Okay, so very simple. Whenever you have u and v are the functions of x and y, and x and y are the function of r and t, that time you can easily apply. So please write down this. Okay. Done it? Done with the writing?
Yes, sir.
So let's take some example, simple example on that. So what they have given, write an example. So the example is, let's take first very simple one. If x is equal to some a is the constant here, u plus v, and y is equal to some v into u minus v, then find also u and v, where u and v is equal to, where u and v are given by the u they have given r square cos 2 theta, and v is equal to r square sin 2 theta. Sin 2 theta. Find Jacobian of x y with respect to Jacobian of r and theta. Tell me how one can find this one. What is the solution? Here what they have given, x is a function of u and v, and y is also a function of u and v. And furthermore, u and v are the functions of r and theta. You wanted to find Jacobian of x with respect to r and theta. Can someone tell me what is the formula for Jacobian of x1 with respect to Jacobian of r and theta? What is the formula for that? Yes.
X by delta y divided by
Jacobian. We can say the Jacobian of x and y with respect to Jacobian of
uv.
Very good. U comma into Jacobian of uv with respect to Jacobian of r and theta. Okay. Now, can someone tell me what is the formula of this? First, in that particular example, I will write down the formula. Next example onwards, I am going to directly put the values. Okay. So, what is formula here? What first one?
X with respect to u.
Very good. So, I can write down xu. Next,
xv.
x with respect to v. Very good.
yu yv.
Yu and y. Very good. Okay. Next, what is here?
U r u theta.
Very good.
V r v theta.
V r v theta. Now see, once you write down the formula, if you wanted to find this value, it means you should have x and y in terms of uv. That is already, see, x in terms of uv, y in terms of uv. And here also uv in terms of r and theta, u in terms of r and theta, v in terms of r and theta. So no need to convert anything. You can directly say. Now we can put the values. So then what is partial derivative of x with respect to u? Partial derivative of x with respect to u. What it becomes?
A into u plus v.
No, it is not like that. Yes.
It is a.
It is
The
a only. Only
Yes,
a.
sir.
Why? Because while differentiate x with respect to u, you need to keep other variable as a constant. So here b becomes constant, a becomes constant. So this derivative becomes constant. What about xv? X with respect to v,
The
a again. What about y with respect to u?
B.
B, y with respect to v.
Minus b.
Minus B.
Minus b, exactly. Very good. Now, similarly, u with respect to r. So u with respect to r, keeping theta as a constant.
2r cos 2 theta.
2r cos 2 theta. Very good. Now u with respect to theta. What is the derivative of cos 2 theta? Derivative of cos 2 theta? Minus sin 2 theta.
Minus 2 r square sin 2 theta.
Very good. Absolutely correct. Similarly, v with respect to r. So I can write down directly it is r square derivative of we are differentiating u with respect to r. Okay, so it becomes 2r, not r square. 2r into sin 2 theta. And v with respect to theta, the derivative of cos sin 2 theta is cos 2 theta into 2.
2r square cos 2 theta.
Cos 2 theta. Now we can solve these two determinant and we'll do the product. So this value becomes minus ab minus ab. I can directly write down minus 2ab. Okay. Here, if I multiply 2r into 2r square, so it becomes 4r cube cos square 2 theta. And minus minus plus again 4r cube sin square 2 theta. So can I directly write down it is minus 2ab into 4r cube? Can I write down this? So final answer
Yes,
is
sir.
minus 8ab. That is what we have. Derivative Jacobian of x with respect to r and theta. All these we have in simple. Is it okay? Please write down this. What is the derivative of n plus x? Yes. Can I give one example to solve here? Now?
Yes, sir.
Everyone done this one? Then I will give you. Yeah, please. Yes. Okay, then everyone done with this?
Yes, sir.
A simple example again. So write down the example number 2. What they have given, u is equal to xy and v is equal to x plus y, where x is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta. Find Jacobian of u comma v with respect to Jacobian of r and theta. Again, tell me directly what is formula Jacobian of u comma v with respect to Jacobian of r and theta. See, you directly write down u with respect to r, v with respect to theta. Okay. For that purpose, what you need to do, you need to substitute the value of x here and value of y here, xy here, and then you will get that product and that everything. Okay, and you will get the answer. No problem. But here we are solving by using a chain rule. You can solve by using this way also. Put x is equal to r cos theta here and y is equal to r sin theta. So you are getting r square cos theta sin theta. And here r cos theta plus sin theta. And then you can find. No problem. That you will do as a homework. Okay. But here we are using a chain rule because we have used u in terms of x and y. I am going to find Jacobian of uv with respect to x and y into Jacobian of x and y with respect to r and theta. Now directly tell me what is first term here. Derivative of u with respect to x. Tell me what it is. Now no need to write down the
Y.
It is simply y because we have product. Derivative of u with respect to x is y. So I can write down y here. Derivative of u with respect to
X.
y. So you are getting x here. Very good. Derivative of v with respect to x. You are getting 1. Derivative of y, v with respect to y.
1.
1. So that is my first determinant into now x with respect to r. So x with respect to r.
Cos theta.
Only cos theta. Now x with respect to theta.
Minus r sin theta.
Minus r into sin theta. Next, y with respect to r.
Sin theta.
Sin theta. And y with respect to theta.
R cos theta.
R cos theta. Simple. You can do the what you will be in y minus x into. So here simply, if you multiply like this, you will be y minus x. You can write down, and it is into here r cos square theta plus r sin square theta. So you can take r common out, what you are getting r into y minus x. That is what your final answer. Within 3 to 4 steps only you will get the answer. So such kind of example we may ask you for your MCQ questions for 2 marks. See, what is the Jacobian of UV with respect to r theta? You just need to find the simple Jacobian and give the final answer. Please write down this. Please write down this. Okay, done everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see, now what happened? We have some kind of implicit function also. So I will give you an example. You just see that example and just tell me whether it is possible to find out this value. So let's take a third example. Okay, find Jacobian of u comma v with respect to Jacobian of x comma y, where now it is not, you just take whether we can use any rule or not. X square plus y square plus u square minus v square is equal to 0. And one other function they have given, u into v plus xy, which is equal to 0. Now they have given such kind of function. See, you wanted to find the Jacobian of u with respect to x. So what you think initially? You think you need to convert that x and u and v in terms of x and y. Okay. So when you try to convert u in terms of x and y, v in terms of x and y, it is little bit time consuming and sometimes it is not possible. Are you getting my point? So sometimes it is not possible to convert u in terms of x1, v in terms of x1. That time, such a function are called as implicit functions. Okay. Have you heard the word implicit before?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Implicit means you cannot write down u in terms of x1, v in terms of x1. So how we can find the Jacobian for that type? So we have one important formula for that. So I'm going to solve this example by using implicit function. Okay. So write down. So this is you can try as a homework as you have our traditional way. Check out whether it is possible or not. We are going to solve the same example by using implicit function. So write down Jacobian of implicit function. That's fine. Implicit function. So suppose you have some functions, I'm going to use for 3 variables. You can find out for a different variable also, no problem. For 2 variables or something like that. So suppose if u1, u2, u3 be the implicit functions of the variable, be the implicit functions of the variable. You consider x. I'm so sorry. X1, x2, x3 connected by the functions. connected by the function. So f1, so they have given some functions. Okay. F1, which is the functions of u1, u2, u3, comma x1, x2, x3, which is equal to 0. Some f2 function is also given u1 in terms of u1, u2, u3, and x1, x2, x3. You just consider this is the example of 2 by 2. See, u and v and xy are the implicit functions. They are connected by the function. So this is my f1 and this is my f2. Okay, like that. Here I am giving the remark for three variables. We have 3 variables: x1, x2, x3, and u1, u2, u3. Suppose you have, so how to find? Then Jacobian, now that is important. Then Jacobian of u1, u2, u1, u2, u3 with respect to Jacobian of x1, x2, x3 is given by -1 raised to, suppose here I am writing 3. Here I am writing 3. Suppose we have 2 variables, you can write down 2 here. Okay, so I can write down n here. So I will get you a clear idea. N, I will write down here where n is equal to 3. Okay, why? Because we have 3 functions. Suppose we have 2 functions like that. What is the value of n? What will be the value for this particular example here? What will the value of n? 2 only. Okay, because we have 2 functions. Here we have 3 functions, therefore n is equal to 2. Into Jacobian of f1, f2, f3 with respect to x1, x denominator of this. So Jacobian of x1, x2, x3 whole divided by again Jacobian of f1, f2, f3 with respect to Jacobian of now numerator. So numerator is b1, b2, b3. This is what we have a formula. Okay. Not it, everyone. F1, F2, F3 with respect to x1, x2, x3, and F1, F2, F3 with respect to u1, u2, u3. Not it?
Yes.
So then this important thing is what here you need to convert in terms of this. Now let's take this as an example. Now for solving this, what is f1 here? F1 is this and f2 is this. So you can take f2 is this, f1 is this. So I can write down for example 3 example. First you write down this thing and we will take an example. I will just copy this example. So please write down first this thing. Jacobian of implicit function. Everyone done with this? Can I solve the problem? Done with this?
Yes, sir.
So let's see how to solve the problem. Now here, so solution. So for implicit function, you can apply this formula for any functions, for any. If it is not possible to find out UV in terms of xy or xy in terms of UV, you can find out by using this directly formula. Okay. So yeah, UV with respect to xy. So I assume that my f1 is equal to x square plus y square minus plus u square minus v square, and my f2 is equal to uv plus x and y. So I need to find Jacobian of uv with respect to Jacobian of x and y. So my formula is minus 1 raised to 10. What is the value of n here? What is the value of n?
2.
N is 2. So minus 1 raised to 2. I write down first here Jacobian of f1 and f2 with respect to denominator. Jacobian of x and y. Whole divided by again Jacobian of function f1 and f2 with respect to numerator. So u and v. So I put the formula now here. So here I will get partial differentiation. So I will write the proper formula first here. As this is our first example. So partial derivative of f1 with respect to x. Partial derivative of f1 with respect to y. Here partial derivative of f2 with respect to x. Partial derivative of f2 with respect to y. Okay. Can someone tell me what is the formula of x in the denominator? Partial derivative of f1 with respect to
U.
very good. And here partial derivative of f1 with respect to v. Partial derivative of f2 with respect to v. Partial derivative of f2 with respect to v. Now put the values in here. Okay. Here minus 1 square becomes 1, so I can write 1. Okay. Sometimes it becomes minus, but sometimes it is 1. Now tell me, what is partial derivative of f1 with respect to x? So while differentiating x, keep all the remaining variable as a constant. So differentiate this only with respect to x, keeping y constant, u constant, v constant. So what it will be? Only 2x. Here we will get 4. What about here? f1 with respect to y?
2y.
2y. f2 with respect to x?
U.
How it is u? With respect to x? U constant, v constant, this
Y.
Now here only 1. And here?
X.
Only x. That is what I am getting as the numerator. Whole term divided by, and I done divided by like this. Denominator here I can write.
It should be U, not X.
Here we are talking about it should be x, no, because f2 we are differentiating with respect to y. So it should be x, no?
Yes.
Okay. Now f1 with respect to u. Now here with respect to u, it is 2u. f1 with respect to v. Tell me. This becomes 0, this 0. This is also 0 with respect to v only. Minus 2v. Am I correct? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now f2 with respect to u. f2 with respect to u.
V.
Only v, and f2 with respect to v.
U.
Now solve that determinant. What comes in the numerator? 2x square minus 2y square and divided by 2u square. I first time then I will get down 2u square plus 2v square. So what you are getting? X square minus y square divided by u square plus v square. That is what we have value of Jacobian of u and v with respect to x and y. Got it, everyone? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts here? Can I give you one more example to solve here?
1 minute, sir.
Can I give?
1 minute, sir.
Yes,
One minute,
yes.
sir.
Only the formula is important. Once you know the formula, you know how to apply Jacobian and everything. If you are done with that, then tell me, and we will go for the next example. Okay. Write down the next example. Example 2. What they have given. Okay. They have given if x is equal to some u into 1 minus b and y is equal to u and v. So that j into j dash is equal to 1. Now, once they are saying j into j dash is equal to 1, it means you need to find j value separately, j dash value separately. And then you need to do the product, and then you need to show that product come 1. You cannot use this identity directly. Okay. So what that is what you need to do. Jacobian of x and y with respect to Jacobian of u and v into Jacobian of u and v with respect to Jacobian of x and y is equal to 1. So which value is easy first to calculate? Here x is a function of uv, y is a function of uv. So this value is easy to calculate. Okay. So tell me what is that value? First, we find Jacobian of uv or not uv, xy is respect to uv. Tell me x with respect to u, what it will come? X with
1 minus
to
b.
X with respect to u, if I am taking, so I am getting 1 minus b. Very good. Now x with respect to v. Minus u. Minus u, no? If I multiply this
Yes.
here, this here, minus u. Now y with respect to u, y with respect to u, I am getting v, and y with respect to v, I am getting v. So I will calculate this. What I am getting, u minus uv plus uv. So I am getting this is u. So that is my first task is done. Now finding second task. To finding second task, you should have u and v are the functions of x and y. Okay. So whether they have given u and v are the functions of x and y here? No. So for that purpose, you can use your implicit function formula. Okay. For finding second term, you should use implicit function or you can convert, no problem, you can convert uv in terms of x and y. Whichever is easy, you can do that. But you can try to convert uv in terms of x and y. If it is possible, you can find out. You will get another value, do the product, and let's see whether it is 1 or not. I will use now by using implicit function. So for implicit function, we should have a function. So I find a function. So here, I write down my f1 is equal to x minus 1 minus x minus u into 1 minus 2. Can someone tell me what is my f2? What I did here to find it, either you can convert x to another side, u into 1 minus v to another side. So I just convert this term to another side, make it equal to 0. I call this is my f1. Yes, you can tell me what
Y
is that?
minus UV.
Correct. Y minus uv. Okay. Now use our formula. What is formula? What we need to find? Jacobian of u comma v with respect to Jacobian of x comma y. So we have formula minus 1 square into Jacobian of f1 comma f2 with respect to Jacobian of what here? Tell me. Here uv or x and y?
XY.
X and y. Very good. And here again Jacobian of f1 f2 with respect to Jacobian of numerator uv. So here directly 1. Now tell me what is f1 with respect to x? F1 with respect to x. It is
1.
1. F1 with respect to y. No y term is there, so it is 0. Now f2 with respect to x
0.
and f2 with respect to y.
1.
That is what we have at the numerator. Now find denominator. For denominator, okay. F1 with respect to u. Tell me what it becomes. F1 with respect to u. Am I correct? Because it this 0 minus u minus 2. So you can minus give here minus 1 plus v. Okay. What is everyone? F1 with respect to v now. Tell me.
U.
So this minus minus becomes plus and it becomes only u. Correct. F1 with respect to v. This. F2 with respect to u. With respect to u.
Minus V.
And F2 with respect to u. V minus.
Minus U.
Now you solve this, numerator becomes 1, denominator if you multiply this becomes minus plus minus uv and here plus uv. We are getting 1 upon u. We call this equation 2. We can call this equation as a 1. So from 1 and 2, Jacobian of x1 with respect to uv into Jacobian of uv with respect to x1 is equal to u into 1 upon u, which is equal to 1. Good. Got it?
Sir, can you scroll up?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
at Jacobian of xy with respect to u, Jacobian of uv, in that how it is minus u? It should be, no?
Okay, here you are talking about. So that term is nothing but what? X with respect to v. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So you multiply that u inside, and here you are getting minus u into v. But you are differentiating. So that term you are getting u minus u into v. And you are differentiating with respect to v. So this becomes 0. So minus u remains. No?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Danny?
Sir, can you scroll down?
Yeah, sure. So this is what we have for the Jacobian. This is what the end of our first application. Now in next lecture, we are going to see functionally dependent and functionally independent. Now we know what is dependent vector and independent vector. We started this in the first lecture. Dependent vector and independent vector in matrices. Now whether two given functions are dependent or independent. If they are dependent, then what is the condition? When they are independent, then what is the condition? How to find the relation between that dependent variable and independent. So by using Jacobian, we can find whether two functions are dependent or not. That is what we are going to see in the next lecture. So I will give you some example as a homework. Try to solve that example and we will stop here. So write down homework example. Anyone any doubts up to this? Any doubts, anyone?
No, sir.
Okay. So here, show that j into j dash is equal to 1 for number 1 a, x is equal to uv and y is equal to u divided by v, and b, u is equal to xy and v is equal to x plus 1. Okay, that is what the first example, a simple one. And the second example we have given, I will give you regarding to find using chain rule. If u is equal to, in terms of xy, I will give you x is equal to square root of vw, y is equal to square root of uw, z is equal to square root of uv, and u is equal to r sine theta cos phi, v is equal to r sine theta sin phi, and w is equal to r cos theta. Find Jacobian of x, y, z with respect to Jacobian of r, theta, and phi. That is what we wanted to do as a homework. Okay, so we will stop here. We'll take the attendance. I will share the screen with you.